Favorite game on the Nintendo Switch? Go! Not a hard question to answer at all. No pressure, no pressure. Hey everyone, my name's Trisha Hirschberger, and today we're talking Nintendo games. Nintendo games rarely go on sale, but lately that has been changing thanks to March 10th, aka Mario Day, Legend of Zelda's anniversary, or third-party sellers with their own special sales days. Huzzah! Note, if you happen to make a purchase through any of our links, Slickdeals may receive a commission. Let's start off with Nintendo IP, since those are the games that I feel go on sale the least often, but when you find them, grab a hold of them. Let's start with Breath of the Wild, the GOAT of all Switch games. Legend of Zelda with open world exploration, breathtaking settings, and so influential it's almost its own genre at this point. I know a lot of people refer to things like Immortals Fenyx Rising and the Horizon series as Breath of the Wild-likes. Yeah, it's true. In Breath of the Wild, if you have not played it, you play as Link exploring Hyrule, hunting down lost memories of the past in order to save the world as you know it. Innovative puzzles, satisfying combat, and a story that makes you want to shed a tear makes this one, like I said, the greatest of all time, according to many, arguably. If you feel differently, let us know in the comments. Then there's Metroid Dread. Now, if you thought Nintendo games were easy or just for kids, think again. This is the first new Metroid in almost 20 years, and in Metroid Dread, Samus must face off against absolutely terrifying enemies. Especially so, since the very timing of the enemy attacks, which make it really hard to parry, by the way, they make you feel actual dread. Yeah, that's the truth. In Metroid Dread, you must get down to the bottom of what's happening on planet ZDR, and if you're skilled, escape with your life. There are awesome boss battles, old school 2D gameplay with an updated twist. It is so awesome. It was even nominated for Game of the Year last year. Next, let's talk Luigi's Mansion 3. Now, do not sleep on this one. It may look like it's for kids, but it's fantastic. It's what I like to call kid scary. Like my 5-year-old thinks it's terrifying, but I think it's adorable. It's got a really nice, easy type of co-op, but it's fun for adults too. There's challenging puzzles, adorable voiceover, and adorable animation. Like I said, don't sleep on Luigi's Mansion 3. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is a classic, and a port of the latest edition combines past favorite levels and adds new characters and extra content even beyond that. There's battle mode, Grand Prix, versus battles, and it even has super fun online and local multiplayer. Next, I would like to dive into the world of the Nindies, Nintendo Indies. Nintendo opened up to the indie scene, and as an indie game lover, I could not be happier about this. One of the favorites right now available on sale on Nintendo Switch is Hades. This is an iconic roguelike from Supergiant Games, which blew everyone away when it came out in 2020 with its intriguing story, rock-solid gameplay, and compelling characters and VO, and like, everyone is sexy in this game. I don't know why, but I'm absolutely here for it. 2021 GDC Game of the Year went to Hades. It is just amazing. And if you are not a fan of roguelikes, if you don't like dying as part of the process, you might want to stay away. But for everybody else, absolutely take that journey into hell. Dead Cells! Speaking of roguelikes, Dead Cells is a Metroidvania action platformer with super precise 2D combat. No checkpoints. Lots of die, learn, repeat. It is most definitely not for the faint of heart. And developed by Motion Twin, if you're familiar with their games, you will definitely like this one. One of my personal favorites when I only have a little bit of time for a quick gaming stint is Into the Breach. For anyone who likes turn-based, highly tactical, strategic gameplay in a deceptively simplistic looking game, you will definitely want to check out this one. It's essentially the same premise as Starship Troopers meets Pacific Rim. Giant bugs have arrived on Earth and you need to pilot the mech resistance, upgrading pilot skills and mechs as you progress through each run. Good luck saving the world. For those of us with too much order in our lives that need a healthy injection of chaos, there is Untitled Goose Game. It's a fantastic game for all ages. You can play co-op or by yourself, and honestly, you're just a goose out to mess with people. That's it. It's the whole game. And I feel like in a world where we're often asked to follow orders and set things right, sometimes it's quite cathartic to just do the opposite. Now, for those who crave more order in their games, Stardew Valley is a gorgeous pixel art world you can simply exist in. It's a 16-bit pixel art sim/RPG, and you can focus your efforts on farming, dating, monster hunting, you name it. And now there's a multiplayer component to Stardew Valley as well. All in all, this is one of those games that you are 100 plus hours into without even realizing it. And especially if you can get it at the steal of a price point, grab it while it's still hot. Will that game ever not be hot? Plague Tale Innocence from Asobo Studio and Focus Home Interactive killed it with this action-adventure stealth game where you play as a young girl leading your little brother through 14th century France during the 100 Years' War. You have to escape not only from the French Inquisition, but also from terrifying swarms of plague-infested rats. Honestly, it's emotional, high stakes, great storytelling and character development, and I highly recommend picking it up before the sequel, A Plague Tale Requiem, releases in 2022. All right, so we've covered Nintendo IP, we've covered Nindies. Let's talk about other IP. It's not just Nintendo AAAs and Nindies to think about when it comes to Switch games. Other major publishers and developers' games have become available on the Switch that are on sale as well. Monster Hunter Rise is a wildly acclaimed action RPG from Capcom, and it's available on Switch with all the single-player or online multiplayer monster hunting goodness you might expect. There's a wealth of maps to explore, a variety of weapons to take down new fearsome monsters, each with their own distinct behaviors, an all-new storyline to this entry in the Monster Hunter series. You can hunt, gather, craft, and explore. This is another one of those titles where you can easily sink 100 plus hours without realizing it. Doom. 1993 all the way up to the Eternals expansion pack and everything in between. Doom is another game franchise that can really make people question the Nintendo is for kids mentality. This franchise dates all the way back to the early 90s and focuses on the exploits of an unnamed Union Aerospace Corporation Space Marine, aka Doom Guy, or Doom Slayer, who fights demons to save the Earth. The Doom franchise paved the way for a lot of major gaming mainstays like the FPS genre as a whole, networked multiplayer gaming, and has sold over 10 million copies. Also, it's terrifying and very gory and incredibly badassingly fun. Is badassingly a word that I can say? Okay, well, we'll go with it. Dark Souls Remastered! One last game that I want to mention that is also definitely not for kids, Dark Souls Remastered from Software. With Elden Ring being all the rage right now, and no, Elden Ring is not available on Switch, much less on sale, many people are revisiting some of the earlier Dark Souls titles, and you 100% should if you like super challenging combat mechanics and engrossing, all-consuming gameplay at a really great price. The remastered edition on Switch brings some technical improvements from the original, and playing it handheld definitely brings a new spin to it. So those are some of the titles that you can pick up on deal for the Switch right now. And as this list is always changing, I'm sure by the time this video goes live or whenever you're watching it, all the deals will have changed. But regardless, I hope that you are able to find the right type of game for you and maybe save a bit in the process. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe and share and ding that bell and all that good stuff. Till next time.